Hello, today I'm going to show you how to download DaVinci Resolve 18 and how to use the edit page. So, how do you download DaVinci Resolve 18? Well, go onto Google and search up Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve 18. Then scroll down to where it says DaVinci Resolve 18, right here, and then press on it. And then it should load up like this. There, you will scroll down and it says free download now. Press on that and it will show up two options. So beta version, or the free version, and then the studio version. As you're just starting out, I'd recommend getting the free version, but if you get more into it, then you could buy that if you want to. So you press on which one you use, so Mac, Windows, or Linux, and press Windows, and then you just put in your details, and then you press register and download. Now we're going to go on to DaVinci Resolve 18. Now, when you load up DaVinci Resolve 18, it will come up with your projects. So if you don't know how to make projects, I will show you how. First, press on to new project and name it what you want. I'm just going to name it Hi. And then you press create or enter. Go to the edit page right here, press on it, and then we'll get started. Now to get your clips, go onto the place where it says Media Pool and right click and press Import Media. And then I'm just going to import them all. I might not use them all. And then press Open. And then it just offers to change your frame rate. But you can change it later and all of that. It's perfectly fine. Just press, and then it will all load 1 second, or it might just take a moment to load. And here we are. They're all in. Now we need to put our clips on the timeline and make a story. But first we need to import our clips. And before that, I'm going to show you these two screens. So this screen is the timeline screen. So if you have a video clip on your timeline, you are able to see the timeline on that screen. And the left screen is called the source viewer, where you can preview your clips and cut out some bits, maybe at the beginning or the end, before you put them on your timeline. So if I double tap on this one, or I drag it on, there I could play it like that. But let's say I not want this bit here, I will press I. So now this bit here is the beginning of my clip, and then let's say we fast forward a bit here, and we want to stop and end our clip here. We'll press O for output. So this bit's the input, this bit's the output, like I and O. So after you've completed that and you've got input and your output of your clips, you don't have to do these are optional. You hold on to left click and you drag it down to the timeline, and oh god, and you match it up. You also can do this with other clips, just not all at once, only one at a time. I just quickly added these two clips just to save a bit of time. But now that you've got your clips on the timeline, I'm going to show you how to use the timeline or the edit page as a beginner steps and all the things that you will need to learn as a beginner. So first, if you press on your first clip, or it could just be either one, you can see there's like this bit here, and move that to make your clip shorter or extend, just that kind of thing. And it can overlap your clip, your other one, just so you know. Or this little clip up here, you can use it to fade out, so in or out. So for instance, here would be fade in, and then here would be fade out, a lot like this. So that's how you can run the clips. And Jesus Christ, a little bit lagging out. Oh well. So that's pretty much the basic use of just a clip. Now to get audio from on your files onto the media pool here. You do the videos. Don't have any music and you're interested in getting some, I have a video on that, link in the description, or you can go check it out on my channel. Anyway, you can use the audio as the same as the clip, so for instance fade in or out, you can do that exactly the same there. But there is another feature. If you go to this music, like the little track bit here, and you move around it enough, there's these little two arrows that show up, and you can make your volume higher or lower, so it'd be more quiet or louder. There is another page for that, the third page, which is right here. Now we are going to look at the tools at the top. The first tool or feature we're going to look at is called Trim Edit Mode, and when you press on it, this little icon shows up. And what it does is that if you have two or more clips, so two clips in between, that you have cut from the source viewer, so like there, you can do their old bits, you can kind of overlap it, and it shows both of them on the screen right there. Cool, in my opinion. The following tool is called Dynamic Trim Mode. First, press this button like this, and then the little red thing here, what it's called, so the little bit that was red here, this line, that will turn to yellow. Make sure it's in between the two clips that you have cut from the source viewer, like here, and then if you hold on to K and press J, then it's like a slower way of overlapping the clips. The next tool is called Blade Edit Mode, and what that does is, if you put it in between a clip, maybe you might want it to be cut here, you press right this cursor up here, and it cuts your clip for you. The next tool is called Insert Clip, so right here, if you press a clip that you want, so let's say I might want this clip, and then press on it loads the clip onto your timeline like this. So if you don't want to cut anything from it, I think it's quite useful. Now the next tool is called Overwrite Clip. So you could press on a clip and then press Overwrite Clip, and then it will go on your timeline. You could press on this clip and then press it, and then it will duplicate, or just the same with your source viewer. So I'll use the source viewer as an example, like that. And then if you press this one, and then press overwrite, like this, and then press this, and do it, the next tool is called snapping, and what that does is, if you have it on, it's kind of like a protector, so you can clutter, you can it if you force it a bit too much, but it's like a little, yeah, it just helps you align your clips better. But then if you turn it off, it just goes through fully, like that. Have it on. The next tool is called Linked Section. If you have it on, audio and clips are together and connect. But when you turn it off, and then you go out and then you go back on, your clip and your audio are separate, so you can move your audio all the way up, like up there if you wanted, but it's up to you really. But I like to have it on if I'm not separating something. The next one is called Position That On. It looks your timeline, so you can see it, but you can't like move your clips. Just gonna turn that bit off. Now we're going to look at the inspector page. So if you click on your clip, it will show up. You can use the video and audio, but there are also other bits like effects, transition, image, and file. But today we're just going to look at video and audio. So the first part is called zoom. So you can see this little cursor bit here. If you hold on to left click and move it to the right, it will zoom in. But then if you move it to the left, it will move out. Like this. And to reset any of this stuff, you press this button here on each line right here. But as you can see, it just zooms out. The next part that we're going to be looking at is called position. And if you hold on to left click and move it to the right or to the left, it's like a slow way of moving it to the right or left. So if you want to move it like this for a bit to like that, it's like, yeah, it's just slow. It's not like fast or anything, which I think is quite good. You can read it. So the X is for sideways, and then the Y is for up and down. So the next part is called rotation angle, and if you move it like this, it spins around, and if you move it to the other end, it will flip, and then if you have it in the middle, start resetting or go into the middle, it will just reset like this. But if you want it flipped, or if you just want it kind of sideways, or just whatever you want it to be, you can use it by using rotation angle. So the next bit is called anchor point, and you use that by, if you press this button here, it shows up and it looks like this. Now if you move anchor point, like maybe like the X bit, it's moving like this, so left and right. Let me just and then if you move the Y, it moves up and down like this, so this middle bit right there. So the next bit is called pitch, and how you use it is if you move it like this, the whole like 2D screen will move up or down like this. So the next bit is called yaw, and it's the exact same as pitch, but it moves sideways like this. And then you can see that. I'm going to show you audio. There's not really much I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you this bit here. So you can turn down or up the volume. So just a bit like here, where you can move it down and up like this. It's exactly the same, but instead it's just up here. So you move it up and down like this. You might want it high or really low or just whatever. And then you reset it by pressing this or that. That just resets the whole, like here. So if I go like this, and this, and this, if I just go into look at effects. So if you press up here where it says effects, if you want to make it bigger, you press this on media pool, and then it shows all of, and then it's just bigger. But if you want it back, you can press this media pool again. So I'm not going to show you much, but you can pick what kind of one you want. I'm going to go on to titles and then go into text plus and put it on top of my video clips, and then I'm going to show you how to use it. We're going to use basic text, just write something down. It's not that hard, and then you can just name it what you want. For instance, I'm going to name it hello, like that, and you can kind of pick how you might want it. So I might want it to be, if I just move here, I can show you better. So hello, and then I might want it to be extra bold, and that's more bold, or I might want it to be regular, like that, and just that kind of thing. And you can pick kind of how you want it as well, like how you want it to look, like this. I might want this one. And you can pick your colour by pressing that. If I want blue, I'll press that and then press OK. That's it. You've learned the basics on the edit page in DaVinci Resolve 18. If you did enjoy it, like and subscribe, and I may see you in the next one. Bye.